So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Pues ya está.
Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
No te puedo tomar en serio.
This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
Es que no te puedo tomar en serio, tío. Como
See,
bien.
they've got great discipline, too.
Yep, Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some...
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember...
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's...
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Ah, thanks so much.
Tranquilo, de una manera.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
Tengo la sensación de que este te va a ser un dragón o algo por esos ojos. Es ya demasiado clásico. Luego son mucho.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
Y el dragón de aquí, ¿no lo conocido?
So you're not mad?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may...
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the file.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
Hombre, por fin llora de los dos ojos.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Esto es verdad.
Navia, are you okay?
Y justo se pone yo. Qué clásico.
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away? Yeah! And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he...
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind...
Yeah! We're gonna make progress for sure this time!
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Ya tengo misiones, así que... Bueno,
Great. Let's go then.
pero que... me necesito.
I'll protect us. Our bond is strong. Unthinkable. Ha! Yeah. Sakura swirl.
Hagamos por...
Yeah. Today is a lucky day.
Pero...
My apologies.
Oh, no, se ha muerto. No puedo morir aquí.
Let's dance.
Mm, joder. Joder, por Dios. Pero Sí, no. Bueno, venga. Los cabritos, de verdad. ¿Pero qué haces?
I'll protect us. Our bond is strong. Whirling snow. Leave it to me.
What'd they do this time?
More treasure! More treasure!
Pescando de otra manera. No funciona. Vaya por Dios. Bueno, vamos a seguir ya. No, eso, coño. Una cosa es eso. ¿Está arriba? Ah, vale, están arriba ya.
Jumpy dumpy toe! Hi-ya! Hey! Boing, boing, boom!
Take flight. Embrace the ice. Whirling snow.
Bueno, voy a aprovecharlo a ver. Pero vamos a hacer un desperdicio.
Let's dance. Clee was a brave girl today. I found a really weird-looking lizard. Want me to show it to you?
she'll treasure this good fortune.
Let the show begin.
Take flight!
Let's dance.
Dissipate! Our bond is strong. Today is a lucky day. Dissipate! Stand with me! Whirling snow! Today is a lucky day.
Esto es una toda una misión.
Our bond is strong.
¿Mm?
so surprised. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps a gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the... But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself?
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all.
Listo, joder, que siempre se me olvida.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Joder.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
Voy.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. A blade embraces its duty, as a...
Maloose, we're back.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so...
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was...
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, if you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, and if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath. But no matter how much... Not only that, Boss became determined to find the master.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So, recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers and see... The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father.
Huh? How did that happen?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the... Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, but considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need... You're right. We still don't know what happened. But
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his... I think this third person... On that note, however, even though our opponent is insidious and cruel, they are extremely difficult to deal. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, there is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and...
if that's indeed what he wished for, then was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as me? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day. I want to find out the real answer for everyone.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and...
So you do know something else, Maloose?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you'd...
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed, and the serial disappearances case cost him. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his... But as long as you remained safe, he would not share. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately...
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time,
No, I don't believe it. He never...
no father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard. Especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the...
So he chose to die in silence.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me, I'm sure he'd be
That fool. No. He might have set up everything precisely because... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he... Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence. But if you want to use it against the enemy...
Why? If we know where the place is...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous... There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. But a single visit to their headquarters would be... The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed.
Then, in that case, why not...
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case.
That's true. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other...
You sound like you've put a lot of...
I am the butler, after all. I live but to... I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability...
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, if the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed... The first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's...
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. The Boss helped. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now...
So, they're like a sister organization of speed...
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against this, it's a bit difficult to imagine someone...
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between... Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, since Thierry is always in the know about our current...
I see. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right...
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the...
Of course. And...
You're too kind, my... And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean... After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so much, Malus.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
imagined that people could really turn into water. Here we go again, trying to crack an impossible case. All proof and no motive.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. A blade. Embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Vale.